Hello and welcome to day 2 of the challenge. I wonder how you felt after yesterday's class. Today we're going to be doing standing poses. So we're going to start standing on our mats in mountain pose. And just notice your environment. Just notice what's going on around you, the sounds, the movements, as you become fully present. Start to notice the air coming in and out of your nostrils. And take a few deep breaths here. Just noticing your abdomen expanding, your chest expanding on the inhale. And how they relax down on the exhale. Inhale as you fill up with fresh new energy. And exhale, letting go of anything that no longer serves you. Inhale, and this time as you inhale, fill up with fresh air. And at the top of your inhale, stop and then just bring in a little bit more air, filling up further. Then open up your mouth and sigh it out. Wonderful. And as always, we'll be guided by our breath through our practice today. So on your next inhale, stretch your arms out to the side and then up above your head, palms facing. On your exhale, palms together and hands to heart center. On your inhale, stretching out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, stretching out and up. And this time, clasp your hands together and on the exhale, lean over to the right, stretching through your left leg all the way up to your left hand. Inhale, stretching up. And exhale, stretching to the left. Feeling the stretch through your right side body. Inhale, stretching up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Wonderful. Inhale, stretching up. Hands facing each other, palms facing each other. And this time, exhale, looking to the right. Your left arm faces forward, right arm faces back. Inhale, stretching up, coming to center. And exhale, looking to the left. Your right hand points forward, left hand points back. Inhale, stretching your arms up and looking to the center. And exhale, hands to heart center. Wonderful. This time we're going to be doing a chair pose, so I'll come to the side so you can see this one. Standing in Tandasana. Just noticing how we feel after those warm-up activities. Inhale and bring your hands to heart center. Exhale, bend your knees and send your hips backwards as though you're about to sit on a chair. So sitting low in your chair, your knees are over your ankles and your hips are pointing backwards. You don't want your knees to be over your toes. That's going to have too much stress on your knees. So push them towards so they're stacked over your ankles. You might be able to feather your toes. It's quite strong, this pose, through the thighs. Inhale, looking forward, pressing your palms together. And on the exhale, bend forward. Torso comes down to over your thighs and hands go to the floor. Ragdoll pose. Stretching through your lower back. You might grab hold of your feet or your shins if that's comfortable for you. Quite a big bend in the knees. Fantastic. And then come on to all fours into tabletop position. Bending one knee down and then the other. So as we did yesterday, the wrists are directly under your shoulders. Your fingers are splayed out like fans and your knees are under your hips, pressing into the top of your feet, which is stretching back. And you're stretching your crown forward, tailbone back, tabletop. Beautiful. We'll do a cat-cow here. So drawing a line with our nose up towards the sky. Belly drops towards the mat, hips to the ceiling. And exhale, cat, chest, chin to chest, rounding through the back, pushing away the earth with our hands. Inhale, looking forward, hips to the sky, broad through the chest. And exhale, navel to spine, rounding the back, tailbone tucked. Inhale into cow, shining your heart space forward. And exhale into cat, tucking in the tail, pushing the earth away from you. And inhale, coming back to tabletop, neutral spine. Crown shining forward, tailbone stretching back for that length through your spine. Tucking in your toes, and inhale. On your exhale, push your hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. First downward dog of the day. So pedal out your legs, bend your right leg in, left heel goes towards the ground, and then bend your left knee in, right heel goes towards the ground. So just walk your dog a few times like that, and then come into your downward dog. Heels disappear behind your feet. Have a micro bend in your knees. Hips shining up to the ceiling. Chest and head tracking towards your mat. Pressing through your fingertips and shoulders away from the ears. Wonderful. Inhale. And stretch your right leg up towards the sky, pointing your toes towards the earth. Three-legged dog. Exhale and bring that knee, your right knee, in towards your chest, up towards your nose, and then step forward so your right foot is in between your hands. It might take a few steps and you might need to move your hands. And just look at your feet and make sure that they're on parallel beams and they're not on one beam. So in other words, there's a little bit of width between your legs, between your feet. Fantastic. Now bring your right leg into a square. So bending your right knee, knee is over your ankle. You might need to adjust your foot depending on your stance. And your left foot swivels 45 degrees and comes flat on the mat. Inhale, stretch your left arm forward, pointing forward, and then cartwheel it over towards the back of your mat. And at the same time, push up with your torso, keeping your right leg in a square. So now you have your right leg in a square, tracking towards your second and third toes, and your left leg is active. Your hip bones, your pelvis is pointing towards the left hand side of your mat, the left top corner of your mat. Inhale and raise your arms so they're parallel with the mat. Warrior two, well done. Fantastic. So warrior two, shoulders are stacked over hips, head over heart, looking along your right hand. Arms are parallel with the mat, shoulders away from the ears, and tucking in your navel to protect the lower back. Warrior two. Inhale, flip your right palm and stretch your right hand up to the ceiling, straight arm, and drop your left arm to the left back of your left thigh. Reverse warrior. Your legs are still in a square, your right leg is in a square, your left leg is straight. Inhale, stretch your right hand up, and exhale, come back to warrior two. If your arms are getting tired, you can just put them on your hips. Still looking towards the front of your mat. If your arms are out, you're looking along your right hand. Brilliant. Well done. Inhale, and on your exhale, cartwheel your hands so they frame your foot, your right foot. Turn your left toes so they point forward. Heel is off the mat. And then press through your hands and come back to dog pose. Right foot goes back to meet the left. Dog pose. Take a couple of breaths in dog pose here. Hips are pointing to the sky, chest's tracking towards the mat. And your head, your neck is relaxed. Left side now. Inhale and raise your left leg up to the sky, pointing your left toes towards the floor. Exhale, bring your left knee towards your chest, up towards your nose, and then step your left foot forward so it's in between your hands. Take as many steps as you need to get there. And remember that you're on parallel beams, you're not on one single balance beam. Swivel your right foot so it's at 45 degrees and plant it flat on the mat. Have your left leg in a square, left knee over left ankle. Inhale and point your right arm forwards, stretching it forward, and then exhale as it comes towards the back of your mat, cartwheel it towards the back of your mat. Inhale and then push up, have your torso straight, keep your left leg in a square and raise your arms so they're parallel with the ground. Stretching your arms and your chest out, anchoring through both legs, pressing through your right heel, the outside edge of your left foot, and track your navel towards your spine, active in the core to protect your lower back. If you find that's too much for your hands, again, just put your hands, or for your arms, put your hands on your hips. Warrior 2 on the left side. Inhale and flip over your left palm and raise it up to the sky, straight arm pointing up to the sky. Right hand rests on right thigh. Reverse warrior. Inhale, stretch up, and exhale, bring your arms back so they're parallel with the floor. Warrior 2. Inhale, stretch your arms wide. Exhale, cartwheel them down so that your hands frame your left foot. Bring your right toes so they're pointing forward, heel off the mat. Pressing through your hands, inhale, and on the exhale, bring your left foot to meet your right foot. Downward facing dog. Well done. Good work. Take a couple of breaths in downward dog. Just notice how your body feels now. Inhale, and on your exhale, walk your feet towards your hands and come into ragdoll, bent knees, torsos resting on your thighs. Opposite hands have opposite elbows, just hanging loosely. And then rolling up to standing. Rolling your spine up, vertebrae by vertebrae, chin to chest until the last minute. Good work. Just roll out your shoulders. Roll them back. Just release any tension through those shoulders. And just find your way down to sitting on your mat. So have your legs straight out in front of you. Toes pointing towards your shins. You may like to have a micro bend in your knees. Have your hands next to your hips, fingers pointing forward. staff pose, Dandasana. Again, track your navel towards your spine so you're active in the core. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and feel the length through the round of your head up to the sky, creating length in your spine, Dandasana. And with your legs slightly bent, inhale, stretch your arms out to the side, up overhead, and then bending from the hips, just drape your torso over your thighs into this modified forward fold. If it's available to you, you might like to straighten your legs a little bit and just rest in this forward fold. Keep your chest wide and just rest here. Inhaling and exhaling. And inhale, come up. And back to Dandasana, staff pose. Straight legs, you might have a micro bend in your knees, toes pointing towards your shins, shoulder blades tracking towards each other, hands by your hips, fingers pointing forward, navel to spine. And just look into the middle distance and connect with your breath again. Just notice how that feels. And then slowly make your way down so you're lying on the mat with your legs stretched out. Bring your right knee in towards your chest and clasp your hands around your shin, your right shin. Left leg is long. Squeeze your right knee and thigh in towards your chest, massaging your internal organs. Beautiful. And then bring in the left leg to join it, squeezing in both legs. You might like to rock from side to side, just giving your lower back and in fact all your back a gentle massage, some self-massage. Send your right leg long, flat on the mat, and clasp your left leg into the chest, massaging the organs on that side of the body. And then release your left leg to meet the right leg. Bring both feet up towards the buttocks, flat on the mat. Stretch your arms out into a T, either side of you, palms up. Inhale, and on the exhale, drop both knees to the right side. Supine twist. Look up at the ceiling, or if it's accessible for you, look towards your left hand, ear towards the mat. Breathe through your left side body. If you have any tension in your body, just send your breath to that space to relax it. It could be your shoulders, your knees, your hip. Inhale, tuck your navel to spine and bring your head and knees back to center. Exhale and drop your knees to the left and look to the right, or look to the ceiling, whichever serves you. Breathe through your right side body, filling up your right lung. And when you're ready, inhale, navel to spine, and bring your knees back to center, head back to center. And then have your knees together, feet out the width of your mat. Have your arms next to you, palms up. And take 3 deep breaths here. Inhaling, expanding through your abdomen, chest, across the shoulders. And exhaling, letting it all relax down. Inhaling and expanding. Exhaling, relaxing down. Inhale, expand, filling up with fresh energy. And at the top of your inhale, stop, and then just inhale a little bit more. And then open your mouth and sigh it out. Oh. And then relax your mouth. If you haven't already, close your eyes. And just watch the breath coming in and out of your nostrils as we did at the beginning of practice. As you find some relaxation. If thoughts arise, just allow them to pass like clouds in the sky and return your focus to your breath. Relaxing through your jaw, melting your heart and back into the floor, relaxing more deeply. And if you'd like, I encourage you to stay here for longer in this relaxation. If you're ready, start to introduce some gentle movement to your fingers and thumbs, your hands, your feet. And then you might like to roll to one side with your legs tucked up. And take a couple of breaths here before pushing up and coming into Sukhasana, easy seat. Thank you so much for being here for day 2 of the challenge. That was quite a strenuous workout with those standing poses, and I'm sure you're going to feel refreshed afterwards. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you for day 3.